Hi guys, good day, man. It's a great day to be alive. This is Jonathan Ribble. If it looks like I'm looking off to the side, it's because I got multiple things going on right now. But I wanted to just come on and share with you guys some ideas to write your book with AI. That's right. If you want to write a book with AI, I want to teach you how um, to do that. So, good evening, guys. I'm on Clubhouse, Instagram, and Facebook. It's good to be here. We're going to show you some things that you can do and how to become an expert in your field. So, here we go. So, I'm just going to ping a few people into the room on Clubhouse. Share this out with the people that are in your groups. Uh, I'm excited to be here. So here we go. Just going to ping a few people into the room here. Get this party started here. Um, we're we're going to give you some uh, practical guidance here. So 1 second here, and see if Angela is available tonight. We're going to go through some good stuff. Hopefully, you will all enjoy this. So just pinging some people into the room. There we go. All right. So if you are thinking about writing a book, guys, it's really um, I can take this recording right now that I'm making, and I can drop this recording. As you can see, the replays are on with this, so I can take these replays and I can have them transcribed. And then I can take that transcription and I can drop it into a software. And then I can take that and tell that software to clean up the punctuation, mimic my writing style, clean up the punctuation, help me get this edited where I can send it off to an editor, or I can just create a simple ebook. And that's really what um, the power of this thing is. So let's just 1 second here. I'm just going to check on a few things, seeing if um, and let's see. Let's see. Yep, it's live, and let's see if there's any. Hey, Haruko Yoshida, welcome. Let's see what you're about. Oh, you're from Japan. Resident, your SEAL team, Madam Secretary, Chicago Fire. That's movies you like. Well, and you have a dog, a golden retriever. Hiroko, welcome. Interest, you're a foodie, more like gourmet, I believe that is, and you're a market research, and you speak Chinese. Well, welcome, or Japanese. I'm still struggling with the English language. So um, anyway, we're gonna get going here. If you'd like to come up on the stage, let me see if my club deck has quit on me here. I'm gonna come right back to you. One second here. I don't know what's going on with Club Deck, but it's acting up. So let's see here. I come right back, open it up, see if I can come back into the room. Here we are. Now I'm back here. I'm back here. So I'm going to send you an invite and see if you come up on the stage. I would rather have a dialogue than a monologue. So are you available to come up on the stage? Can you hear me? Hey, can you put it in the chat? Can you hear me down there? Um, hey, Fantastic Four, double clutching. How are you? Or double Dutch, how are you? It's been a while. We're talking today. I'm going to teach people how to write a book. I'm on Facebook and I'm on Instagram and I'm on Clubhouse at the same time. I'm going to teach people how to write a book with the power of AI. So it's so good to see you. I don't know what you're working on right now, but these are just a few tools I use. With AI, you can write a book. Um, and the it's it's pretty powerful when you think about it. I can take videos like this, I can download this video, and then I can put this video in a transcription service where it transcribes the video. I then can take this and put it into a software that learns. Hey, is it Icario? ICA, ICAR. Welcome anyway. I'm sorry about these names on Instagram. I appreciate you being here. Talking a little bit about getting some things accomplished so that we can start making that passive income, that we can start generating those lead generators and all that, and just become an um, expert in our field. So, creating a book with the AI is a fun project. I mean, it is so super cool, super fun. But I don't have AI write my material. I have AI. Um, I have AI learn my material and then regurgitate it because I'm a better talker than a typer. I cannot stand sitting down and typing something out. So what I'll do is I'll take a video like this or even audio. If you are driving in your car and you want to take that information, and maybe you get a spur of the moment, you get a thought, and you just got to talk about it. Take that voice recorder, take your phone out, tap voice recorder, start recording your voice. Even from an audio, you can have that audio transcribed in seconds, not not hours, but in seconds. It can literally transcribe what you're talking about. Just think about when you do a reel here on Instagram and you want transcription, you hit transcription, and it blows my mind how it does it. I don't need to know how to start the car. I just need to know turn the key and it'll start. I don't need to know the engine. But I can tell you this: what I do is I take a video like this, I drop it into a software, and then that transcribes it. And then I take the transcription and I drop it into another tool, and that then I can tell that to clean up my punctuation and composition. It's really cool. I'm just checking out to see where it works. I'm on several different platforms right now. Technology gotta love it. Gotta love it. So, well, that works. So good to know that that works. So anyway, who's still on the call? Let's see who's still on the call. Oh, good. Um, so, where are you from, Icaria? Uh, Lis, Lis, never mind. Liciano? Is it Liciano? Where are you from? And is that Spanish, or is that what is that from Spain, Portugal? Looks like a Spanish name, but anyway, welcome. Okay, Toronto, Canada. Good. And if you are looking at writing a book, um, Luciano, if you would like, from an Italian background, good. If you're working on a book and if you'd like to come on this Instagram live with me, I'll be happy to answer any questions and have a dialogue with you about this versus just you hearing me ramble on. Because I may talk about things that aren't relevant to you, but if you're wanting to write a book or write a course, I'd be happy to answer any questions for you that I could. So when I'm writing a book, um, I don't have a high school diploma or a college degree, and I suck at composition. I suck at typing. I suck at punctuation and all that. So I would rather have a computer do it for me and get it ready for the editor. So there's a couple different steps. So just first of all, take whatever content you've already created. Like I talked to a lady today, and she had already created. Hey, Doug, Kent, welcome. This lady created content, and she's already created numerous pages of content, and she didn't really realize it. She had quotes of every day for every day on her Instagram, like every day. She's faithful to put a quote up, and I said, "You already got a book," and she's like, "What?" I said, um, "Hey, that's fine, Luciana, but um, the with she already had a book, and she didn't even know it. She had created content for years. Empress Nadine, welcome. Let's take a look what Empress is up to. Her interests, passion, gifts, and talents. She's a universal creator's daughter first, mama, business owner, organizational consultant, uh, business events, home trainer, assessor, early 25 years experience, local authority, private, public sector. I'm just reading off of her Clubhouse. And I would love to invite you up to the stage and see if I could help you write your book or course with AI and give you some stepping stones tonight. Maybe you've already done it. Hello, Empress Nadine. How are you? Oh yeah, definitely. And I'm doing this on Instagram and Facebook and LinkedIn, so please forgive me. I'm in multiple areas, so if I'm not talking, I'm listening to somebody on Clubhouse. And Rose in the Air, good to see you. If you haven't yet, join Clubhouse because it's an app that can put you on the map. But with that said, if you have any videos, guys, or any content that you've created already, you can literally take that content that you've already created. And what I have done is I've got several hundreds of videos on Facebook, hundreds of them that I've already put out there, Facebook Lives since 2021. I asked Facebook to total up the number of videos I had, and it was like somewhere about 600, 600 videos. So you can take those videos, you can drop them in a software. The software will transcribe the video. And then you can take that transcription, you can drop the transcription into Chat GPT and say, I'm really not good at punctuation. Could you learn my writing style or mimic my writing style? And could you rewrite this with the punctuation and all that ready to go so I can send it off to an editor or I can at least put it in a book? And it will analyze your writing style, regurgitate it back, and it will create information. It'll create your chapters just like that. You can say, I want to create a course on the following, and I don't like to have AI write my stuff. I like to have AI analyze my stuff and then write it better. So then it has my ideas in there. Because also the goal is you don't want to just write a book and then just keep it for yourself. You want to sell it. And some of the warehouses, I call them, like Amazon and Lulu and places like that, are great resources to house your book on. But the trouble is, if your book or your course is completely written with AI, they'll reject them. So you don't want to do that. So you don't want to just have AI completely do everything for you because it'll be rejected if you want to utilize. Now, I don't send anybody to Amazon. I'm not going to give you a link to go get my book on Amazon at all. I'm letting Amazon do their own marketing, but I will set up. I will use Amazon, but then I have my own landing pages and things like that that I set up so I can sell those things myself versus that. So anyway, and how do you find me on Facebook? You simply look up my name. It's John Ribble. Just look up John Ribble and look for that guy with the bald head. See there? Just look for him. But I'm on Facebook, so you can follow me over there on Facebook as well. I'm John Ribble on Clubhouse too, and I'm Jonathan Ribble on Facebook. So look up Jonathan Ribble. You'll find me there. I'm John Ribble on LinkedIn. I'm John Ribble on Clubhouse. I'm John Ribble on TikTok. I'm John Ribble everywhere because I'm stuck with this fat guy, at least until I lose the weight. Yeah, I don't brand anything else but John Ribble. I have a lot of programs and products and services, but I'm stuck with this guy till the dying day. So I figured I'll brand him. My products may go away, but I'll brand him. Oh, there's my friend Debbie. Oh, she just left. Hopefully she comes back. Hey there, SPWR podcast. Welcome. We're just talking about how to use AI to create digital products. And there's Debbie again. She just came back. Good to see you again. And she's wanting to write a book on grief and all that. So, Debbie, I'm going to bring you up on stage and hopefully you can share with us what you're doing and how it's working for you. So, I'm doing Clubhouse and Facebook and LinkedIn. It's amazing. The technology today, guys. It's amazing. You can be on Facebook, you can be on Clubhouse, you can be on LinkedIn, all at the same time. I remember when I was a kid, our TV, we had two channels on a good day if the wind was blowing right. And it took me till I was 17 to learn that the Incredible Hulk was green because our TV was black and white. And so now we got color phones and color TVs. It's amazing. Debbie, how are you? What are you working on right now? Okay, well, we're gonna helpfully help you not stick to that story anymore, but give you the proper state and the strategy to take that story that you were in, but then also help people get out of that story. Debbie was just sharing with me, again, we're on Clubhouse, guys. We're on Instagram. We're on Facebook. We're on LinkedIn, and we're also on YouTube. I have a YouTube channel called The Positive Switch, and so we're on that as well. And I not only talk about positive things and thinking positive for a change and motivation and inspiration and transformation. I think motivation is great, but without active application, it's just entertainment. And I would rather see us get the education plus the application, and that might be able to give us the motivation to continue. So I don't want to just leave us with empty words and a bunch of fluff. Anybody can give you a bunch of fluff. Okay, so Debbie wants to write a book on the grief process and getting over that. And now, people grieve losses of businesses, Debbie. They grieve losses of, they gained their weight after they lost it all. So there's all sorts of grief processes and denial and anger and frustration that people go through during 2020 COVID-19. I don't know if you guys have experienced that, but I experienced it in 2020. They closed everything and people lost their businesses, they lost their homes, they lost loved ones. So there's all sorts of different phases of grief that people are dealing with and different processes. Parents may just got done diagnosed, their kids just got diagnosed with an illness, and they know that it's going to be a terminal illness. So there is even my mom, for instance. Number one, my mother-in-law drove her car through our living room in April of '08, literally. And then she backed it out the driveway across the street, up a hill into the neighbor's house, all in the same day. And then she moved in with us, and we took care of her in our home for 3 years. So we knew it was coming. So we had the grief before and the grief after. And then we also, and my mom, I thought, okay, now that my mother-in-law is gone, it was bittersweet when she passed away. I got my house back. Maybe I can start paying attention to my mom now. And my mom in 2011 had a stroke on my birthday and forgot who I was for 3 years before she passed away. So there's that, the grief going up to the day as well. The turmoil that people have to face and go through that. Every 2 years, every Saturday, it was a 2-hour drive up to see my mom in a nursing home, and I would grieve the drive. I would just literally, oh my gosh, I hope this is going to be a better day than last week. And I would get up there and they would say, oh, we love your mother. She's such a light. And she's such amazing. And I'm like, what day is that? Can I come on that day? Because generally it's not been for me. So you have so many avenues that you can go with what you want to do. So Debbie, quickly, do you have any content that you've created or any videos that you have created or any Facebook lives or any YouTubes that you have done just maybe for kicks and giggles? Okay. I think what we just will do for you tonight, because I want to help people. The First of all, um, book title: Healing Hearts, Overcoming Grief, and Finding Hope. Uh, you can change that if you want. Um, the the chapter list: the weight of loss, navigating the storm, embracing the pain, the healing power of connection, honoring memories, fighting light and darkness, a journey within, embracing change, building a new normal, renewed perspectives, the road to acceptance, letting go and moving forward, rediscovering joy, cultivating resilience, embracing life anew. Does that sound okay? Debbie, are we still there? Okay, so what I will do is I'll send you over that by an email, and then you can. A couple things I have in mind for you is you could take those topics, those titles, and you could speak to each one of them on a. I utilize Zoom a lot. Okay, in the sometimes you don't know until you do it though. If you did them on Facebook Live, you could do a couple of things. You could do your Facebook Live, once it's out on Facebook Live, it becomes your hard drive. And you can title it. You can give it a little bit of a description, like 3 bullet points you're going to be talking about, and then you can utilize that Facebook Live. And then what I do is download that Facebook Live and back to my computer, the ones I want, download the Facebook Live, and then I can have those Facebook Lives transcribed. But here's what I do: I now have a video that's part of my video course. I have the audio because I can strip the audio off the video. So I have the audio, and now I have a tech transcription. And then I take that transcription, and I can literally drop it into Chat GPT and say, will you clean it up for me and make all my punctuation fixed right, or at least a lot better. So when I do want to, if I do want to send it off to an editor, it it is already cleaned up a lot, and it takes a little bit of less time. So those are ways you can really um, you can really make a difference, and it doesn't take a long time. Like I just typed in a few things about what you wanted to do, and it literally gave me all those chapters for you for an idea to get you going, get you started. And now you have a list of chapters instead of saying, okay, what do I talk about? Now you have some topics that you can at least start expounding on. A lot of people don't say they don't have any time to do this either. Let me just dispel that arrow. Number one, if you can dedicate 10 minutes in the morning, 10 minutes in the afternoon, and 10 minutes in the evening, that's times 7 days a week. That's 210 minutes of content. That's 21 chapters or modules in a book. And everybody can come up with 10 minutes. And so if you do that, then you can have each of those videos. And now you've got a potential video course, you've got an audio book. And so when I put this on a landing page, and a landing page is simply the beginning of a funnel. And what do I mean by a funnel? I really want to start segmenting leads. As you guys can see, I have 5,200 followers on Instagram or on Clubhouse. I have 5,900 on Instagram. I have over 2,000 on Facebook. And where are they? They're nowhere to be found most of the time. It's because don't put your faith in your following, put your faith in systems of follow up. You got to have a system. So it's great to want to have a book. It's great to want to have a course, but you got to have a system so you can start funneling those people through. Like every time you've actually signed up for something by email, or you saw, like Tony Robbins will do a conference on, they just did one. It was called Own Your Future Challenge. Well, he didn't send you to a link tree. He didn't send you back into Clubhouse or over to his Instagram. He didn't send you to a website. He sent you to a page about the challenge, and it was free offer. They were really going for your email address, your name, your email, your phone number. And now once they got that, then they take you into the sales page. And the sales page is a chance for them to upsell you. So if you're going to, like, I have an ebook. And for instance, let me just put this one up here. I'll show you what I'm talking about up at the top of the room. And for those of you that are on Instagram and you, yeah, and SPWR podcast says, yes, I've heard that. Hence why I've taken so long to post. Okay. So then, let's see here. 1 second here. For those of you that are on Instagram and Facebook and LinkedIn, if you go to www.jonathanribble.com/ should have turned right. And that's a book that I wrote. Now, if you click on that link, Debbie, click on that link. Tell me what you see. Do you see anything that says I'm home, about us, services, contact us, maps, anything like that on there? So the whole premise is for you to do what? That's it. And then if you clicked on that, it's going to take you to the next page. And the next page is here's your download. It's a thank you page. By the way, it's you're not going in through a sales limbo land with that. I just kind of wanted to show you a premise here. This so now I have your email though, so I can politely harass you the rest of my life anyway, and the rest of your life. So unless you unsubscribe, um, but I can. That is something I can do because a lot of people say they want to write a book and then they'll throw it up on Amazon. I think Amazon's a great resource, but do you think I'm sending anybody to Amazon for that book? That book is on Amazon. You can find it. You can find my hardcover book for $20. You can go out to Amazon and find it right now. Yep. Yes, I do. And so this is an ebook. It's an ebook. Okay. Well, yes, because Amazon doesn't give you the emails, guys. And the email is more important to me than your $10. And here's the thing with if you want to have a business mind, you got to start thinking like a business person. And a business person doesn't want your money. They want your contact information. A real business person. I I well, do I have high ticket offers, guys? I have very high ticket offers. Okay. And that's who my ideal audience is. My ideal audience isn't to sell you a $10 book and oh get excited about a $10 book. My ideal audience is to sell you my $10,000 program, Debbie. That's an Empress. That's my ideal audience. Now, do people buy what they can afford only, guys? Do you think that is the truth, or what do you think? What do you think? Do they buy what they can afford, or do they buy what they want? You you bet. If for instance, if Empress, you are from the United Kingdom, and so, but let's say one of your siblings was in the United States and they got terminally ill, and you really love this individual, would you find a way to pay the £1,500 to get on a plane to go see them? Would you find a way? Yeah. So when you can utilize the power of the relationship building and you get people to like you can take them up in value. Now I segment my list because, like, if Debbie says, or if you guys say, both of you say yes to the email, you're my freeple. Okay. Freeple. People that just want something for free right now, just to test the waters, see how good you are, see if it's worth anything. And then I might get you to become a cheapo later. If it's cheap enough, I'll buy it. And then I might be able to get you to become a prequel down the road. But I've seen how Tony Robbins takes people from freeple to cheaple to prequel all in the same funnel. How does he do that? Free conference, free challenge coming up. Sign up now. Sign up now. Grant Cardone does the same thing. Learn how I did this for free. Well, there's no such thing as a free lunch. So he's going to get you into his funnel based on his little offer. And that's why it's so crucial that we make these little offers, that we We build our platform. We build our value ladder. But Debbie had mentioned something about a weekly group coaching call. Well, if she comes up with a guide, and you might not even have the book done yet. Come up with a guide on 10 keys to overcoming grief in your life, facing the death of a loved one or dealing with the death of a loved one, the stages of denial, taking them through the stages of denial. And denial is not just a river in Egypt. Figure out a lead magnet that you could utilize. It doesn't even have to be a full-blown book yet, but it could. It's so. Not a problem. But that's the whole premise of why it's important. But you don't have to write the whole book. You can take parts of it. You can give tips away. You can give guides away. I've seen people sell a $39 report on something, guys. A $39 report. Well, you can make it $6 report. You can make it a free report, and then the very next page is saying, "Hey, now that you're interested, now I know that you're interested in these things. How about we move you up the ladder?" Now you say it in a little bit different way than that, but if they came to get the 5 points of grief, or the overcoming the points of denial and the stages of denial, to see where they fall into. Now that you're interested in that, here's my new book, The Power of Overcoming Grief, and the power of whatever it is. And then you say, "Oh, by the way, now that you bought my book," now they just give you $10 for your book, right? And the next step is, how about the audio book? How about the physical copy? Because I can get the physical copy from Amazon for a few dollars. And if I know your address, I'd be happy to ship you out one. And how about you just pay shipping and handling? Now, your shipping and handling fee could be $15, could be $20. I've seen people buy something on TV, as seen on TV items. You just pay as the shipping and handling charge. Well, the shipping and handling charge, you might as well just buy the product. Shipping and handling charge is $24.95, but the item is free, and so it's just a matter of how you word it. But if they give you if they want the audio book, now that you created one book, why not create two? Why not create two? Let's suppose, and a lot of people on Clubhouse will smoke or smoking crack. They're, they'll embellish a lot of stuff. Excuse me. They'll embellish a lot of stuff on social media, saying, "Oh, if you just write a book, you'll make $10,000 a month, and all I need is for you to give me $10,000 a month, and I'll show you how to make $10,000 a month," and something like that. So here's the thing: what if your book makes you $200 a month? That's only 20 people giving you $10. Well, that's only 20 people taking you to lunch. They're just testing the waters. That's what these books can be. They can be lead magnets, but if all you're doing is writing a book and there's no plan behind it, there's no value ladder behind it, there's no reason, then don't write the book. But if you have a goal in mind, like I was talking to a gentleman today, and he said, "I want to sell 1 million copies." I said, "What's your marketing plan?" He said, "I haven't thought that through." Do you think he's going to sell 1 million copies? Nope. Nope. Just don't happen, guys. It don't happen without a plan. Poor planning means you plan to be poor. I said, "What's your marketing budget?" Doesn't have one. Doesn't have one. Will he sell 1 million copies? No. Chances are he probably won't sell one because he doesn't have a plan. So, and just throwing something up on Amazon. Hey, Sunshine, how are you? Good to see you. Again, doing this on Instagram and Facebook and uh, and um, LinkedIn. So that's the power that we have in our hands, guys. In our hands, in your phone. You have a TV station in your phone. You have everything at your disposal. Everything at your disposal in your phone. It's amazing. Um, so landing pages are important. Funnels are important. Um, Having a value ladder is important. But you can create a book. I literally think you, Empress, if you have all the content, you could have your book written tonight or by tomorrow night. I could help you with that too. So, in fact, if you'd ever want to hop on a Zoom call with me at some point, I'd be happy to hop on a Zoom call with you, take a look at where you are, take a look at where you want to be, and then see if we can come up with a plan to help you get there faster than you think. Now, all I ask is that if it's not worth $50 to you to hop on that Zoom call with you, then I understand. But I spend a lot of time on these social media platforms and everything like that. If it's worth $50 to you, 50 US dollars, I'll hop on a Zoom call with you and we'll put something together. In fact, I'd hop on a Zoom call with you and we not only put something together, I'd take what you have, I'd have you send me your copy, I'd put it into my software, and I'd have it proofread it for you. Sure. But yeah, you could have your book written tomorrow. In fact, this is idea I'd give you, Nadine, is just take your copy that you've done, take it over to Chat GPT, take one chapter at a time. Now keep this in mind, guys. If you're going to use Chat GPT, um, do the if you're going to use Chat GPT, stick to one chat. A lot of people will start a chat and they'll give it a chapter and then they'll say mimic my writing style, and then they'll go to a brand new chat and they wonder why it isn't mimicking their writing style. It's because it doesn't remember new chats that you set up. It remembers the same chat. So keep that in mind. It's just like a text message that you send. If I send Devin, who just joined the call, if I send Devin and Devin, I'm on Clubhouse, come join us. Um, I'm on with that being said, you got to stay in one vein of chat. Now, I pay for the premium version of Chat GPT, so I have a profile that I've set up, and I can tell that profile to learn my writing style or mimic my writing style, and then everything it writes for me, even in social media posts, things like that, it catches my tone and the way I write. Now it mimics it. It does not write just like me. It's like when I do voices of about 45 different celebrities. And when I do those voices, I can sound like the person, but I'm not the person. I don't look like them. I sound like them. I don't have their story. Same thing with ChatGPT. It can mimic your writing style, but it doesn't have your experience. So it isn't always going to have your sound, but it's a lot better than trying to do it on your own. And it can get you like a jump start, if that makes sense. So, possibly, and it's also depending on how you asked for those 10 things and the prompt you used. Gotta remember, guys. It's a computer. It's like when my wife she talks to Amit. Well, you got one of them Alexas upstairs. We have several of them, but when she'll ask it questions like she's talking to her best friend, like Heather, you got to be very succinct, and you can't talk to it like it's your best friend. It has to have certain prompts. Though you ask it certain things, and it doesn't know every answer. Like the Chat GPT is pretty versatile, but you can set up prompts to be very specific about it. So, and I teach how to use Chat GPT as well, but I do that over a Zoom call or something like that. So, but again, keep in mind if you do get the premium version, you can actually put some things in your profile that it learns about you, and it can learn your specific writing styles. And it can learn how to write like you, like I do. Like one of the voices I do, Nadine. Are you familiar with Sean Connery? You ever heard of that name? Yes, yes. Debbie, have you ever heard of Sean Connery? Okay. Well, Sean Connery, he plays in the Bond movies. He goes up to the gal and he says, Bond, James Bond. And he ends up on a raft with her at the end of the movie. So I tried it once. In his voice, I went up to my wife and I said, Ribble, John Ribble. And she said, Lost, get lost. And I'm like, what's he got that I don't have? A whole lot of money and a castle in Scotland. So I can sound like these people, but I don't have their experience. I don't have their money. You got to keep that in mind with Chat GPT. It doesn't have your money. You may not have its money. It doesn't have your experience. It can sound like you, but it doesn't have your experience. Devin Rodriguez, where the heck have you been, my man? I see you down there on um, down there in the audience. No, no, no. We're not going to play the audience game with you, Devin. There is no way. Absolutely not. We ain't having it, Devin. No, Devin is a man among men. It's been a long time, my friend. Um, it's been a whirlwind year for me. Get your butt up on this stage. Come on. You ain't hiding out. You ain't hiding out. There you are. Hey, Devin. How you doing, man? Oh, I'm hanging in, man. Hanging 10. It was a whirlwind year for me last year, buddy. So, well, nearly died, my friend. Nearly died. COVID-19, pneumonia kicked my butt. October, November, and December. And then my wife went through pulmonary embolisms in January. Had 15 blood clots in her lungs, and so February. We spent February. Yeah, we called on him too. February and March cleaning up, and so I took a lot of time off of social media and really I sold Scribble Funnels. I'm no longer part of that. Just couldn't keep up with that, and then had to refocus anyway. Do what's good, and my goal has always been bringing information that causes transformation to people, and really just helping them become better individuals. And I've working a lot in the business consulting world, in the physical world now. So my higher ticket clients are in the physical world, that place we forget. And then my benevolence, I guess, my philanthropy is in Clubhouse. And this is where I can give back. And uh, social media is just that, social media, not sales media. I'm getting people to like me, building raving fans, and some of them will become clients, but they can all be my credibility. So shifting back to what I was about when I came into Clubhouse in the beginning, especially when you about lose your life, things begin to become a little bit more important, and you recognize where your source is, and if you just keep giving back into people's lives, it'll come back to you hundredfold, hundredfold. So, Devin, what's happening with you, man? Yeah, she's hanging in there. She had, not only did she have, getting old. There's no book on getting old, guys. There's there's no guidebook. I can tell you this: don't get old. Anybody that's listening to the sound of my voice, don't get old. I have my uncle that visits me every once in a while. His name is Arthur Ritus, and then my wife had cataracts for a year. And then when she had these blood clots, she was scheduled for surgery. And then they found out she had the blood clots, and then she had to be put on blood thinner. So they put off her cataract surgery. And then due to the blood clots and other things, she had retinopathy. And so she had to start getting injections in her retina, which is behind the eye. Now that was fun. And then so now that she's got her cataract surgery, she still can't drive because they haven't given her eyeglasses yet, because they got to have one more injection. So it's been and I have a podcast now called Thinking the Positive Switch, Thinking Positive for a Change. And I can tell you this, guys, that just positive thinking alone doesn't mean you're going to be devoid of problems. It means it'll give you the strength to endure them a lot easier. But doesn't mean that all problems go away just because we think positive. You can be the most positive thinker and have more problems than most. In fact, Les Brown will tell you, because of his positive thinking, because of the motivation that he was trying to share with others, think about the onslaught he was getting in tests and problems and trouble, trying to keep him off balance. I mean, so you just have to understand, just keep moving forward. Um, and I always tell people, the Think and Grow Rich is the brochure. Outwitting the Devil is the blueprint for the personal development world. If you really want to know how personal development started in the early 1900s, read Outwitting the Devil, and that'll tell you the truth. Think and Grow Rich is a nice brochure, but Outwitting the Devil is that blueprint. And if you see a blueprint, it looks a lot different than the brochure. But anyway, Devin, it's so good to see you again, man. What have you been up to? I haven't seen you alive on Clubhouse a lot. I haven't